Well, if you've been a listener to our shows over the past few years, you will need no introduction to the music of Joshua, a Sydney-based singer who has been having so many tracks come out over the last couple of years, and we've played them all on our show. And right now we are about to play his brand new song, Ghost, on our show for the first time. So we thought we would actually get Joshua on the phone right now to chat about this amazing new track. Welcome to the program, mate.
Hello, how are you?
I am so well. Now, we are so excited about being able to play this track. I've been listening to it all morning and I absolutely love it. So tell us a little bit about Ghost and how this track came into being.
So, we wrote it a couple of years ago. I was living in a little tiny home, actually, and I just had like a big life change move. I was like, I'm going to move to Sydney, and then I was sort of like stuck in Perth for a while because the pandemic hit, and so I got into some Zoom sessions with the same people that I wrote one of my other songs, Switch, with, that I put out last year. And I was like, I really like working with these guys, so we organised a Zoom session, and we just got into it from there. I'd been going through like just some kind of like family stuff, and I just needed to get it out of my system, and then just sort of went from there.
Listening to your tracks over the years, I've picked up that your music is very, very personal for you. Mm-hmm. Do you find that a cathartic experience to be able to let your feelings and your emotions out in music like that?
Yeah, 100%. It's actually what drove me into songwriting in the first place. I started like learning production and playing around with Ableton and all those kinds of things when I was about 19. And then a couple of years later, just something just hit me really hard, and I needed to get it out of my head because I kept like spiraling, and just putting it on paper really helped me get it, literally out of my system.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that ever since.
Now, I don't think I knew about your move from Western Australia to Sydney. That is a pretty big move. What sparked that, and what was that like for you?
I think the goal was always to give it a go, and then like COVID hit, and I was working from home. I work in education, and I suddenly wasn't at school for like 4 weeks. And I was just writing in my bedroom. And I was like, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do it. I'm going to move to Sydney and see what happens. And so it took me about a year and a half after that to get my act together and just bite the bullet. My friend was literally like, stop dawdling, go get on a plane and just go. Figure it out. And literally, 4 days later, I was on a plane flying over. I didn't have any living situation sorted out. I stayed in a hotel for a night and then crashed on a friend of a friend's couch for 2 weeks before I found another place to stay, which I ended up there for a year. And I've been here just over 18 months now, actually.
How have you felt that move has helped your music career? Like a lot of young artists out there are probably listening to this right now and thinking, how did that help? Did the move end up helping you?
Yeah, in different ways than I anticipated. I know I definitely being geographically closer to artists and writers and producers that I want to work with has led to like some cool connections. But it's mostly been moving out of my hometown, moving away from things, like just like my normal sort of rut in life. Not rut, it's probably not the word I want to use, but it's sort of like going through the motions.
Yeah.
And it's forced me to like face some things, make some choices, even just like process some life stuff that I haven't had the space to. And so it's meant that my music has like shifted into like this whole other space. It's opened up spaces for me to explore more as a writer. So it's been really cool.
Awesome. Now, you've been a pretty prolific songwriter with putting music out there since your debut EP. What's that been like? Like, that EP was so well received. What's that been like after that? Like, after it came out, so well received, and then working on new music. How have you found that?
I haven't really. I think I felt more of like a sense of purpose sort of change. I was like, yeah, this is my goal, and so I just tried writing with more people. I ended up in some like different sessions and like working with some like my favorite producers and writers. Like I've got a song that I'm planning to put out at some point. Like one of my favorite producers, and I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. So it's just been releasing songs and sort of like just like drip feeding, building that audience, putting out different facets of myself, and yeah.
So what have you got planned for us this year? Of course, we're about to play the new single Ghost. What have you got planned for us for 2024?
Just more songs. I got, I think, like 3 or 4 singles sort of scheduled out. I got to finish a couple of them off, and then I might be working towards a body of work for next year. But we'll see how that goes. It's sort of very early stages, swirling around in my brain.
Awesome. And have you got any shows coming up that we can look forward to as well?
Not yet. I'm still working on the live side of things. I have so much health stuff that I've had to face that I actually haven't been able to give that side of me a go yet. So still working on that, but definitely planning for something this year.
That would be great. Well, mate, we are going to play Ghost on our show now for the first time. So what would you like to say to all of our listeners out there before they take a listen to this amazing track?
One, thank you. This is so cool. I think this one, Ghost, for me is like a big generational trauma song. So I think I was pretty scared to put it out, but putting it out has led to like some really cool conversations with my family about some of the stuff that we've all had to deal with, and it's brought like a little bit of healing and things like stuff that we didn't really anticipate happening, and so I'm really, really grateful for that. So I really hope that this song helps other people find those spaces, even if it's just in themselves, but also in their own families.